What's up, guys? It's your boys Awoki back with another Chris Watts video, and this one kind of caught my eye because a lot of you guys have been sending me clips to watch. Well, I should say it caught my eye, but is it true? Because it says breaking smart Nicole, new details expose hidden connections with ... Who? That's why I want to watch it and see what we guys can find out. From truecrimearchives.s. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so much for the love and support that you guys show on my channel. My channel would not be what it is without you guys. We're trying to get to 100K. We just hit 73,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so very much. And then show that same love over at truecrimearchives.s. And let's get in the video and see if there's anything actually worth watching in this video. Take a look.
Convicted. Life sentence. Case closed. But what if I told you there's a secret buried in the investigation files?
Please do.
A man allegedly approached investigators with an offer they couldn't refuse. Money. Lots of it. To steer the narrative in a specific direction. Now, before you click away, hear me out. Court documents show unusual financial transactions. Investigators who suddenly retired early. Evidence that vanished from the chain of custody. Her family had connections, powerful ones. And Chris? Maybe he wasn't the mastermind everyone believes.
Oh, he's not.
Maybe he was the fall guy. The patsy in a game much bigger than anyone realized. One detective tried to speak out. 3 weeks later, he was off the case. Coincidence? I don't think so. What really happened in that house wasn't just about a marriage falling apart. It was about who controlled the story afterward. Dear God, as we remember Shanann, her 2 kids, and her unborn baby Nico, may their souls rest in peace.
They are.
Lord, protect our families from every evil. Please type amen in the comment. Let me know how much we remember them.
They're definitely in
and again, like, I think he's just saying all this to me to try to cover his tracks with me. Like, I don't know what he told you guys, but I bet it's probably very different. And I think that what he said to me, it was like directed towards me. Like, this whole bullshit little box lie that he had right there was like the lie directed.
Did he say when the argument started?
Nope. He just said it was in the morning. He said he woke her up in the morning.
Okay. Did he say when she came home? Did he ever let you know that?
I think I want to say he said around like 2, but I don't know.
Okay. And then he woke her for what purpose?
Because she asked him to.
Okay.
So I was under the impression that he was asleep. I'm assuming this is how it like went, and what he was trying to tell me is that he was asleep by the time she got home, and she sent him a text and said, "Wake me up before you leave." And then he woke her up, and they got in an argument, and then he went to work.
Okay.
That's how I processed
And the context of that argument again was just she's pregnant. And is there anything else that he shared with you?
He did not elaborate on it, and I didn't ask.
What were you thinking at that time?
This was like on Monday. Again, at that point, I was like, I still thought she left. I mean, this was all on Monday. Like, I legitimately thought this woman left the premises with her kids and just wanted nothing to do with him for like 24 hours.
So his story is believable that she was pregnant from another man and maybe she took off for that guy, or...
He said several times, like, I think she just said...
I hate that narrative that they think that the baby was not Chris's. There is no evidence. There is more evidence. No, how do I say this? So there's no evidence of Shanann having a baby with somebody else, but there is evidence of Nicole possibly being at the murder house, and yet they talk about the baby being not Chris's more than NK possibly being involved. How dumb is that? What a joke.
Out of spite.
Okay.
Like, he thought she was with one of her friends.
So he held true to that story.
Pretty much.
She's just leaving and she's with a friend.
That was kind of what he thought, and that's kind of what he had me believing. And at the time, I wasn't really alarmed because it'd been like a half a day.
Sure.
And so then Tuesday rolled around, and
Did you see him at all on Monday? You said you didn't,
No.
right? Earlier.
I did not see
Okay.
him. And I went to work Monday.
Did he ever
Tuesday.
try to convince you to come see him or say he wanted to come to your house?
No, not at all. We were supposed to go pick out apartments to go look at.
That's why you talked to him for 50 minutes and then 53 minutes the night of the murders.
On Wednesday, so yesterday. But that obviously.
Right.
didn't
So
go.
on Monday, he never tried to be convincing to get you to come up to see him.
No.
Nothing.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so because I had my buddy Jim was over Monday and Tuesday, and he knew Jim was over Monday and Tuesday, and that's why we were going to hang out on Wednesday.
Okay.
So the man that you said, leave Jim alone, you hung out with him on Monday and Tuesday, and then you were going to hang out with him. This does not make sense at all.
So no, he didn't ask me. So Tuesday rolled around, and she still wasn't around, and this is when I started getting kind of sick. Like my friend Jim
You got sick because you didn't want to get caught.
was sick on Monday when he came up, and I don't know. I just started feeling like crap as it was, and then I was just kind of having a hard time focusing and like thinking about what was going on. And I'd asked him a few times. I'm like, "Where's your family, Chris? Like, where's your family?" You know, and he would tell me like, "Oh, I don't know," or "I want them home." Like, I asked like several times, so I think I got different responses, but each time like he didn't know where they were. You know, and I'm like, "She's still not home," and he's like, "No." And and I had also asked him to like, he said he had a friend, Dave, that was a cop, which I also find convenient that there's another Dave working this case who's a cop.
Oh, what? Got a cop.
But I was like, well, Dave's off. Why don't you just have him like post up outside your house too and see
I would say it's not Dave Baumhover.
if she shows up. You know, and he told me on Tuesday morning, he was like, I called Dave and asked him to sit outside my house, and he's going to do it. And he's like, and then my friend Nick is coming over later on this afternoon. And I was like,
Fair.
okay.
Did you ever hear Nick's name before?
I've actually heard that name a few times, like
Okay.
around him. Like there's certain, I never heard Dave before. Dave was new, but I've heard the name Nick a lot, so I don't know if that's like real or what, but if I was to guess like friends that he like legitimately has, I would assume that he was one of them. But yeah, because I know he's told me before, like when we first started hanging out, that Nick lived kind of in the area, and he's like he actually goes, he's a trail runner, and he's like he runs at East Lake number 3.
So he
Why
lives
they
in
couldn't
your
go there
area?
anymore.
Kind of.
Okay.
And I remember him saying that to me once. He's like, you know that park that we like hung out at? I was like, yeah. He's like, my buddy runs over there. We should not go to that park anymore. And I was like, okay. That's cool. And anyways, where were we at?
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
We're almost done.
I know. I'm trying to just keep it all together here for you guys. Tuesday morning.
You can hear the lie in her
So he
voice.
said Dave was going to stay outside of his house, and Nick was going to come over that afternoon. I was like, all right. And then I think most of the texting throughout that day was kind of like, have you heard anything? Like, what's going on? It was kind of like me checking up on him. And I don't remember everything, but it wasn't, I didn't even make it through the entire workday. Like, I was feeling really, really sick, like, in general. And then I decided on my lunch break to get on the internet and look at what was going on with all the reports. And I saw a report that was like this woman who's 15 weeks pregnant and her 2 daughters are missing. And I was like, whoa, what? And I was just like so floored, and I read a couple other articles just to make sure that, you know, all the newspapers are, and like just double check, like, am I really reading this right? And I'm like, okay. And he had told me previously, like, she says she's pregnant with another man's kid, but he'd said like he could kind of tell in North Carolina, but that girl is like obviously pregnant. I mean, in her photos. I mean, 15 weeks, that's like 4 months. That's pretty far along. And so it's like, how would you not know if she's showing? Like, you totally know she's showing. And so
is she saying that she knew? I mean, the way you hear it, she's like, you would really know that she's pregnant. And she's Googled Shanann how many different times? Again, I say, is there truth within the lies? Man.
oh my God, I got so sick. I was just like, I need to go. I just like packed my stuff and I left work and I went home and I remember I told Jim that I was going to get home early and he wanted to come over right away and I was just like, I just needed some time to like process what was going on. But I did tell him, I was like, you can come over earlier than you did yesterday because he didn't want to wait in traffic. That was the thing. He's like, save me some time. So I don't remember what time he got there. I probably still have that text because I don't have any reason to delete those. But he came over a little early, but I did have like a gap of time in there. I don't know how long it was. I bet it was like from the time I got home to the time Jim got there, but it was probably like, I don't know, hour and a half maybe, somewhere around there. I remember talking to Chris during this time, and it was like all text. I did not talk to him on the phone at all on Tuesday. And I was pretty upset where I was just like, I was going back and forth like, where's your family, this and this and this, but I'm like, she's pregnant, and this and this, and he's like, the baby's not mine, and I'm just like, you told me yesterday that you think that when she said that she cheated on you, she did it out of spite. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like,
spite
so then it's
for
your
what?
kid. And he kept denying it. And then, like, he started, like, kind of worrying about us. He'd just be like, well, does this ruin everything with us, this and this and this? And I'm like, no. I'm like, just trying to, like, his situation is so much more important right now than, like, our situation.
But his main
So the missing family didn't cause Nicole to drop Chris like a sack of potatoes. She's like, no, we're going to still be together.
concern is you and him.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, and I keep, like, asking him, like, I'm like, and I told him numerous times, which is also in the text that you guys will pull, where I'm just like, you need to focus on finding your kids and your wife right now. And
They didn't get all the text messages.
was like, and you need to focus on finding all 3 of your kids. And I, like, kept, like, emphasizing to him, like, he had 3 kids, and, like, I wasn't even, like, mad about it. I was just like, you need to find your family.
Did he ever go look for them that you know of?
I don't know. I don't think so. That, like, doesn't even, like, ring a bell to me, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd be looking for my family.
But,
you can't.
oh, and I forgot something.
The police can't stop me from looking for my family. I have every right to look for my family. So police generally can't stop you from looking for your missing family member. In fact, they rely on family input, but their involvement in search intensity depends on the missing person's age. Well, they were pretty young. Vulnerability, health, danger signs, and if foul play is suspected. While they must take a report, laws exist to prevent refusal in places like Illinois. They might prioritize cases differently in adult if an adult seems to have left voluntarily, which we didn't see that they left voluntarily because everything was still at the house. Your role involves providing information, asking for the case coordinator contact, and maintaining open communications, but they manage the official investigation, and for adults, the missing person has rights too. So, what does they say? What police do and don't do. They must investigate. Police are legally required to take reports and investigate missing persons, which they did. Prioritization. Cases that have high risk, which at this time, this was a high risk. There was 2 other members or 2 other people that were missing at this time. One was 2 weeks before, and the other one was like 6 months before. So I'm guessing they thought and we've heard it on the interviews and so forth, that there was missing persons or people before Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. So I'm wondering if like Chris was like, oh my gosh, or Nicole, let's do this. They haven't found these people. Let's make them missing, and we'll be able to be together. Hypothetically, my opinion, all alleged. Adult rights. If a healthy adult, no, I don't want to do that. Communication, they'll assign a coordinator to keep in touch, ask questions, which they did. Give police everything. Last known location, which he did, but it didn't make any sense. Stay involved, get the case number and officer's contact information. Ask about search plans, which he did not do. Understand limits for adults. Police can't hold them against their will if they're not in any danger. Okay, so that's, but still, they can't stop you from searching for your family. I would be out there day in and day night, or day in and night. I would be looking for my family. He did not. He was having phone call with Nicole and kept his lights on all at night because he was probably haunted by everything that was going on.
Something else that's really important, I will add it in there too, but let me just finish this thought. So then, Tuesday, what were we talking
She's controlling the narrative again.
about? Oh, yeah. So I kept telling him, I was like, Chris, I know it's yours. It's okay. I was like, go find your
Nicole says, I know the baby is what?
family, you know? And it's like, was I hurt? Yes. But at the time I realized like his situation with what he had going on was like way more important than like our situation. And so that's why I was just like I confronted him about it. And then I was like, you need to go find them. And like we talked about it for a little while. And then I was just like, I don't remember exactly how it went, but something along the line, like, why can't you just be honest with me? I was like, stop lying to me. Like, stop lying.
Did you have an inclination? You've talked to this man a lot. And during this Tuesday, Wednesday conversation, did you feel like he was bullshitting you?
A little bit, kind of, yeah. I mean, because he was like, not Monday. Monday I did not. But Tuesday, yeah, that's when it all started to click. I was like, oh my goodness, because he was like, well, like, he just didn't seem as like concerned as he should be, and he was like super worried about shit with us, and I'm just like,
so concerned about his family and overly concerned about your relationship.
yes.
Okay.
And I kept like trying to put it on the back burner, and shame on me for bringing it up in the first place. I was just really taken back, like, wait a minute, she's 15 weeks, like, how would you not notice that? Like, I was just like,
How
I was
did you?
confused. And I was also like, is he lying to me? And I kind of wanted to know, because I realized that like there's a situation at hand here, and I'm just like, what is going on? You know, and for part of it, it wasn't even like me trying to find out because I'm upset. It was almost like me trying to find out because I'm like, is there something else I'm missing here? Like, I felt like there was like pieces to this puzzle that I didn't know existed that were like not in place, and it was strange. And so,
Who believes
anyways,
BS?
I told him, I was like, be honest with me. I was like, don't lie. And I don't remember exactly how it went, but I was like trying to emphasize, like, stop bullshitting me. So he told me the truth. And he told me it was his, and then he knew about it.
Okay.
I was like, okay. And then he asked me again, like, did that ruin everything? And I was like, no, it didn't. And in the back of my head, it's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not dealing with that. Don't lie to me. But his situation is so critical right now that's like, I'm not going to like ruffle his mental feathers, because they're already like really ruffled because of the situation. So like out of respect for his mental health, I just like dropped it. And I just kept telling him, like, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. But
How many times do you think he asked you during these phone calls?
Oh, it wasn't phone call. This was text.
Pardon me.
Text
deleted.
Tuesday. How many times do you think he brought up your relationship and if you guys were okay?
Probably like 2 or 3 times.
And how many times did he bring up concern for his children or his wife?
I think he brought it up a lot too. I mean, he kept telling me that he was like worried about them.
Okay.
I mean, it happened. It wasn't like he was just like spaced out. I mean, he was definitely showing that too. I was just surprised that he was like also showing it for me. Because at that moment, if I had some crazy stuff going on with somebody in my family, I would be putting all my relationship stuff on hold. Like, look, like, baby, I got to deal with this. Someone in my family is missing. When I find them, we will talk. And that would just be it. But that's just me.
Baby.
I mean, that's how I would address the situation. And that's kind of how I've been, like, gauging how I handled Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is, like, what would I have done?
Sure.
You know, and kind of, like, that's why, like, I didn't contact you guys on Monday, because I probably wouldn't have done that for one of my friends. And not that I'm cold-hearted. It's just, like, it just... that's just not how me and my friends work. So it didn't, you know... So
there's extenuating circumstances that you wouldn't have known that caused her friends to be concerned. Just so you know. There's nothing wrong with you for not going, oh, something's wrong, and calling the police. The people that provided the information to the police initially had way more information about her than you do. So that's why they came forward.
She's playing
so
dumb.
I can see it. I can feel a little reservation that you're like, why didn't I do something? You didn't know enough? I think a normal person on Monday, a reasonable person is just going, shit, this woman's, whacked out relationship with her husband. She's got 2 kids. Now she's pregnant. She just takes off. So don't blame yourself for not making a phone call to law enforcement or going to the police. You didn't know anything. So I'm just trying to help you get past that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's not, the people that came to us had way more info than you did regarding what was happening with her life.
Okay.
Okay.
So
don't beat yourself up over that. Please don't. Okay.
No, beat yourself up.
And then,
blame yourself.
So Tuesday,
Shame on
after
you.
that conversation, I told him, I told him to delete his text because I knew he was like going crazy texting me, and I didn't want any of his friends to see him texting me because I don't think they knew about me. It had nothing to do with you guys. It was just like, and you'll see him,
The secrecy of your relationship.
Pretty much. And I just feel like he was texting me so much openly, and he had friends there that I was like, I didn't want them to see that. And so I was trying to get him to slow down. And then I told him too, after he lied to me, I was just kind of I was done. And I was trying to find a way to get away from the situation without alarming him or panicking him. So I told him, everything is all good, I'm still here for you, and I feel bad because, I lied to him, but, I, just try to keep him calm, and then I told him,
Who is believing this?
Contact me once they find your family. And
Does anybody, honestly, please comment below, do you believe anything that this woman is saying out of her mouth? Because I don't. This woman is bat crazy. She is literally lying. You can hear it in her voice. I just don't know how people are like, yeah, she's telling the truth. We believe her 100%. I beg to differ.
And then we'll talk.
That was Tuesday?
That was Tuesday.
Okay.
And he sent me a text back saying something along the lines of what did he say? Something please just think of and I kept telling him I was scared. I was really freaking scared. In fact, that's another thing I miss. I'm so tired. Monday night, I called him back in the middle of the night because I could not sleep. I could not sleep at all. And I remember when I called him, he sounded like he was sleeping. And I was like, how the hell can you sleep right now? That's exactly what I said to him. And he was just I'm just kind of dozing off and on the couch. And I just remember thinking, I haven't shut my eyes yet. And this is not even my family.
She didn't want to lose her freedom.
And so that happened on Monday night. So then I was going somewhere with that had to do with Tuesday. I forgot what it was. I'm so sorry. Take
a breath and relax. We're almost to Wednesday, and then we're out of here.
Yeah. So then, So then once he lied to me, I just really trying to push him away, and he was just don't forget the person that you knew me to be when you were with me, or something like that, and
Was that strange?
It just kind of sounded almost like a farewell, and like I didn't think it was too weird because I was like, I think he realizes that I'm really upset that he lied to me, and I think he's aware of the fact that I'm probably about to walk away from him. So I think that was like his way of like saying goodbye.
Well, she has all these guys that are going into her DMs apparently.
So it didn't really seem strange in the context of what was going on between like the him and I part of stuff. And then, and I kept asking him too, like, what did you do, Chris? What did you do? And he was like, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, where's your family? And like, I asked him that. I don't know if I started doing that on Tuesday or if I started doing that on Monday, but I think it was Tuesday, because I don't really think I was that alarmed on Monday. And then,
until you found out that one of the Anadarko employees sent it to the police, and you're like, crap, I gotta go fix this. Damage control, as she called it.
So that was supposed to be like our final sign-off text. And then Jim got there at my house, and I was hanging out with Jim. But I was still like in my head, just kind of like stressed out. And I remember I like walked out of the room, went in my bedroom, and texted Chris one more time. And I told him, I was like, if you did something bad, I was like, you're gonna ruin your life. And I was like, and if you did something bad, I was like, you're gonna ruin my life. And I was like, and I promise you that. And he responded back to me, and he's like, I didn't hurt my family, Nikki. And
I promise
that
you
was
that
like the
what?
last text. That was the last time we ever talked. And I never said another word to him after that.
That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. And then he left me alone. He gave me the space that I asked him. He respected it. And he didn't, like, mess with me at all.
Was that a phone call where you said?
No, that's all Tuesday. Text Tuesday.
Text
Just
Tuesday.
call it
All
text
text.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Everything was text. I did not talk to that man on the phone at all that day. I mean, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was all text. And then,
So at that time in your mind, if you said that, what are you thinking? What were you thinking, that he maybe did something to his family?
yeah.
So is that proof that Nicole was threatening Chris? I don't know. I see that, but then I don't.
Started getting really scared.
What caused that
The
thought?
fact that he lied to me.
Okay.
And that she still wasn't home, and it was day 2. Like, I figure if you're upset for a day, you leave for a day, but you come back. And she wasn't back. And it was like midday. And not only that, but like,
No.
she doesn't have her phone, she doesn't have her car, she doesn't have the kid's EpiPen, she doesn't have any of that. So what I'm thinking in my head is like, for a night, if you're really upset, somebody comes one of your friends picks you up, like, okay. But I can't explain that for 2 days. Like, that just doesn't, like, logically process in my mind as something that any woman I know would do. The one-night thing, I know women that would do that. But the 2-night thing, no. And so I'm like, she's still not back, and he just lied to me. And it made me, like, I just started getting scared. And I remember, like, telling him that throughout the whole day. Like, I don't even know how many times I texted him that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's, like, 8-10 times. Where I'm just like, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared.
Oh, of all the times that you texted him, but then deleted the text messages and then wrote on Google, can cops trace deleted text messages? Yeah, that doesn't look suspicious, Nicole.
And one of the last texts that I sent to him, too, I told him, I said, I'm scared because I feel like I don't know who you are anymore. And I was
Separating
response to
herself
that?
from Chris again.
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I think that was like in that like sign-off text that I sent to him.
Okay.
But I mean, I was like kind of scared. What I was really scared for was scared for his family's well-being, because it's like, I don't know where these people are at this point, and it's scary. I mean, it's scary that she's gone, but it's even more scary to me that these little girls are gone. Like, that was the part that really freaked me out. Like, if it was just her, I'd be like, well, maybe she took off with somebody, maybe she didn't. I mean, I don't know, because she's a grown woman and she can make those choices.
Was some of this scared? Was there fear in you that people were going to find out about your relationship too?
No, I didn't even care
At
about
that
that
point,
at that
there was
point.
n-
I was just
okay.
like scared,
Jim?
like, of the situation. It was like getting escalated, and it was freaking me out. And he was just like not. He was strange. So another thing. So that was Tuesday, and that was it for Tuesday. But I forgot some stuff on Monday that I did need to bring up to you guys. So Monday, when we were on the phone, at one point he mentioned to me. I can't even believe I have to say this.
On the ring.
She left her wedding ring here, and I said something along the lines of,
On it.
does that mean you two are done? And he was like,
wait. Does that mean you two are done? I thought Nicole knew that they were separating and divorced. See right there? That tells me that she knew that they were still together. That they weren't divorced yet. They weren't separating. But then she says this, that, oh, he said something about the wedding ring, that he found the wedding ring. And she's like, does that mean you're finally divorced or separated? So that just right there confirms that Nicole knew this whole time that they were still together. Doesn't it?
oh my God. He said, how much do you think it's worth? And I was like, remember hearing him say that and being like, what the fuck? And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't even know how to respond to this. And so I was like, I don't know, pawn it, man. And I was just like, I pawn jewelry all the time. I was like, I pawn jewelry a few times. I was like, it's not worth shit, though. And I was like, so I don't know if you really want to do that. And he's like, no, I think I'm going to get it appraised. It's a nice rock. And I was just like, okay. And it was like really out.
So it's a nice rock, and yet Nicole is a geologist. It could be something, could be nothing. But I just think it's funny that it said it's a nice rock. Can't you just say it's a nice diamond or it's a nice ring? Was Chris going to give the ring to Nicole? That's just very suspicious. Just saying.
Awkward.
And that was on Monday?
That was on Monday night. And that to me was like, it was kind of, and then the Tuesday lying thing. Like, I'm telling you, it started like Monday night, him saying that was why I couldn't sleep, because he made the comment about the wedding ring.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, her still not coming home, and then him lying to me, and I was just like,
oh, that's it? Oh, I was expecting to hear more. Definitely some notes that I put down here. The whole Nichol Kessinger was scared. She was scared from getting caught. NK states that Chris lied to her on multiple occasions. She was super upset. She threatens Chris. I'll tell you what, or how'd she say it? Can't remember how she said it, but she threatened Chris Watts. Chris had a cop friend named Dave. Not Dave Baumhover, but it's interesting that Chris had a cop friend. Could be something, could be nothing. Just definitely a very interesting short video. I would definitely love to know your guys' thoughts on NK. I know we've heard her voice 1,000 times and it's like nails on a chalkboard. But I would definitely love to know your guys' thoughts. Not everybody sees my videos. Some people are sending me videos that I've already watched and reacted to. I'm not going to watch them again. So not everybody gets to watch my videos or see that I've watched this video. They'll send me a link and it's like, I already watched this one already. I'm not watching it again. So definitely, if you guys could send me videos that I have not reacted to, I definitely don't want to react to the same thing and then be more, how they say it, more repetitive. I don't want to be that way. I know we've been watching lots of Chris Watts videos, but I want to find the answers. There is some information I want to go over with the Summer Wells case. I know there's some new stuff that's been coming up with that. So I might be doing Summer Wells tomorrow. But definitely send me videos that are more new and I haven't watched before. If you guys don't know which videos I've watched, in every single video, I put the link in the description so that you guys can click it and watch it if you don't want to watch with me. So you still get to see the information, but some people don't want to watch with a reactionist. I understand. Or a commentary channel. So that's why I put it there. Plus, I'm giving the credit where it is due. With that being said, I thank you guys very much. And of course, NK is still guilty. If you're watching this, NK, shame on you. You should do the right thing and confess. or repent, either or, because God is definitely not going to be happy with you if you had some part in this. Again, that is between her and the Lord, but I don't think she was religious because she did more things with the witchy stuff. Again, thank you guys for being here. Please take care, be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video.